Do you want to transform your yard into a low-maintenance oasis filled with butterflies? Cut down on cutting the grass, reduce watering and water bills, and grow plants that seed themselves year after year. Native plants are the key. Today, we will take a look at 10 beautiful native plants for the Houston, Texas area that can take your yard from okay to hooray. Growing native plants in Houston, Texas offers several benefits, both ecologically and practically. 1. Drought resistance. Native plants are adapted to the local climate, including the hot and dry conditions common in Texas. They require less water than non-native species, making them more sustainable and drought-resistant. 2. Low maintenance. Since they are adapted to the local soil and climate conditions, native plants typically require less maintenance, such as fertilization and pest control, than non-native plants. This saves time and reduces the need for chemical treatments. 3. Support local wildlife. Native plants provide essential habitats for local wildlife, including birds, bees, butterflies, and other beneficial insects. They offer the right kind of food, shelter, and breeding sites necessary for these species to thrive. 4. Erosion control. Their root systems are often more robust and extensive than those of non-native plants, helping to bind the soil more effectively. This can be particularly beneficial in preventing soil erosion during heavy rains. 5. Preserve biodiversity. Planting native species helps preserve the local flora and fauna, contributing to the conservation of the region's biodiversity. It supports the ecological balance by maintaining native plant communities. 6. Aesthetic value. Native plants can offer a unique and beautiful addition to the landscape, showcasing the natural beauty of the region. They can be used in a variety of landscaping designs to create visually appealing gardens that reflect the local environment. 7. Climate adaptation. Native plants are better equipped to handle the local climate's extremes, from high temperatures in summer to occasional cold spells in winter, reducing the likelihood of plant loss due to weather conditions. Incorporating native plants into gardens and landscapes in Houston not only enhances the beauty and resilience of those spaces, but also contributes positively to the local ecosystem and environment. Let's take a closer look at 10 native plants for Houston landscapes. 1. Gulf Coast. Muli, Muhlenbergia capillaris. Growth habit. Ornamental grass. Forms clumps up to 3 feet tall and wide. Requirements. Thrives in well-drained soil, full sun to partial shade, drought-tolerant once established. 2. Turk's cap. Malvaviscus arboreus. Growth habit. Shrub with bright red, hibiscus-like flowers, grows up to 6 feet tall and wide. Requirements. Prefers moist, well-drained soil, thrives in shade to partial sun, attracts hummingbirds. 3. Yaupon holly, Ilex vomitoria. Growth habit. Evergreen shrub or small tree, reaching up to 25 feet tall with small glossy leaves. Requirements. Adaptable to various soils, drought-tolerant, full sun, to part shade, male and female plants for berry production. 4. Lantana, Lantana camara. Growth habit. Low-growing perennial with clusters of colorful flowers, spreads up to 3 feet wide. Requirements. Prefers well-drained soil, full sun, drought-tolerant, attracts butterflies. 5. Coral honeysuckle, Lonicera sempervirens. Growth habit. Vine with trumpet-shaped red or orange flowers, reaching up to 20 feet in length. Requirements. Thrives in well-drained soil, full sun to part shade, attracts hummingbirds and butterflies. 6. Eastern purple coneflower, Echinacea purpurea. Growth habit. Perennial with purple daisy-like flowers, grows up to 3 feet tall. Requirements. Prefers well-drained soil, full sun, drought-tolerant, attracts pollinators. 7. Wax myrtle, Morella carifera. Growth habit. Large evergreen shrub or small tree, growing up to 20 feet tall. Requirements. Adaptable to various soils, full sun to part shade, drought-tolerant once established. 8. Bluebonnet, Lupinus texensis. Growth habit. Annual wildflower with iconic blue flowers in spring, reaching up to 1 foot tall. Requirements. Requires well-drained soil, full sun, typically sown in the fall for spring blooms. 9. Texas sage, Leucophyllum frutescens. Growth habit. Evergreen shrub with silver-gray foliage, grows up to 8 feet tall and wide. Requirements. Thrives in well-drained soil, full sun, drought-tolerant, low water needs. 10. Texas star. Hibiscus. Hibiscus coccineus. Growth habit. Perennial with red, star-shaped flowers, reaching up to 6 feet tall. Requirements. Prefers moist, well-drained soil, full sun to part shade, attracts hummingbirds. In conclusion, incorporating these 10 native plants into your Houston landscape not only adds beauty but also supports local ecosystems and wildlife. Remember to consider their unique growth habits and requirements for a thriving, sustainable garden. Explore the beauty of native plants and subscribe for more landscaping tips and guides tailored for Houston, Texas.